Hello everybody, it's Marjorie Waldo with Marjorie's Minutes for our monthly newsletter. I have some updates to tell you. I'm going to trust that you can go to artsgarage.org and see all the cool events we have, even a fundraiser coming up. But what I want to talk about today is a little more serious. So the Florida legislature was unable to complete the recommended budget and tax package for the governor in their legislative session, which was supposed to end on May 2nd. So they are going to extend their session starting on May 12th, and it'll go through June 6th, unless they can decide sooner than that. It might end sooner than that. So they'll do another 2-3 weeks, potentially. One of the bills that was of great concern to arts and culture organizations in the state of Florida is the House Bill 1221, which the House moved forward, and that bill would call for the bed tax in the state of Florida, which again, if you're unfamiliar, is a tax that was voted on or requested by hotels, lodging establishments in the state of Florida. The fee, the tax, is charged to the people who stay in the hotels as part of their checkout costs, and the money feeds tourism and promotion in the state of Florida through tourist development councils. So Arts Garage is in the middle of its second year, which is incredible, of our grant through the Cultural Council of Palm Beach, but it's also connected to the county of Palm Beach for our portion of those bed tax dollars that can be used to promote the work that Arts Garage does that feeds tourism in our county. The House wants to eliminate the bed tax and dissolve tourist development councils. If they do that, it impacts Arts Garage at about $185,000 a year, give or take, and it affects every other arts and culture organization in the state of Florida who has written a successful grant through their tourist development councils or their cultural councils. That is devastating. It's a devastating financial blow to any organization. And specifically, I'm concerned about Arts Garage. The Senate is not in favor of eliminating bed taxes or dissolving tourist development councils. They would like to perhaps consider a voter referendum every 8 years that would start in, I believe, 2033, where the voters decide if they want to continue this bed tax, which is ironic, because the voters don't pay the bed tax, the visitors pay the bed tax. And they want to consider changing some of the spending guidelines that tourist development councils are required to use for the spending. I don't really know how that would affect us, but I have the feeling that it wouldn't be as devastating a blow, knock on wood, I'm knocking on the stage, as devastating a blow as what the House is proposing. So even though this is in the middle of its workings through our Florida legislature, it's important that you know there's still time. You can contact your House representatives and your senators and let them know that you support continuing the bed tax and tourist development council status in the state of Florida, and that it's important to everything because more tourists, or at least equal numbers of tourists, while they increase traffic. I don't know that they increase traffic as much as snowbirds, but they do increase traffic. But they also feed our restaurants, Arts Garage, Spady Cultural Heritage Museum, the Kravis Center, the Miami Arts Center, the Broward Center. Those tourists are looking at what we put up for sale. And for example, Hyatt is where we house all of our performers. Anyone who visits the Hyatt comes to, not anyone, but a lot of the people who stay at the Hyatt come over to check out what Arts Garage has going on during the time that they're visiting Delray Beach. So it's feeding tax revenue into the city and the county that helps us achieve our municipal goals. So I hope that you will consider a quick letter over the next week or so, because they're on break between now and the 12th. So we've got a few days before they start back. And I hope you'll consider sending a letter to your senators and to your representatives that would remind them of how important these dollars are to small organizations like us and to our municipalities. I will ask our marketing team to send another sample letter that we've received from Discover the Palm Beaches, and not only we'll provide a link this time rather than the names of representatives that we did last time, that would allow you to know who to write. So we'll list everybody in Palm Beach County in the House of Representatives and the Senate, so that you would be able to write a quick form letter about how important these dollars are for your community, and if you love us, for Arts Garage and other places like us. We would be super grateful, and I hope that you'll be able to take the time to do that. So I'm grateful. I'm sitting on the stage this time in the gallery, the Marshall Family Foundation Gallery, to highlight our Heartfelt program. We rebranded this program about 6 months ago, and instead of working to collect donations of art and music supplies for our local schools, we're doing a different program for the schools called the Family Series, where we're doing field trips. We've had 600 kindergarten through 5th graders in the building in the last 45 days, and it was probably the highlight of the year for me. Made me smile more than I've smiled in a long time. Village Academy and Spady Elementary have the best babies ever, and if you get a chance to volunteer at either of those schools, I highly recommend it. But anyway, so Heartfelt now is supporting local organizations. The last organization that we supported, a nonprofit called the Hands and Feet, which provided supplies, clothing for children in cases of Seth, help me, what are the words? It's cases of child neglect or abuse when they're in the system. Kids who are already in the system. I don't mean foster care, I mean their families are being monitored, right? And those kids need additional support. So we did a cool thing raising supplies. This time, we're moving through the end of August, I think, to support Eat Better, Live Better, another local Delray Beach organization. Eat Better, Live Better is their vision or mission is feeding the community with dignity. They provide food, non-perishable items to over 400 families, about 1,300 individuals, and that doesn't count people who are not signed up officially for the program, because there are a lot of people who just stop by. So they're serving a lot of Delray Beach citizens. They recently, in the beginning of April, saw a cut of $300,000, and 75% of the food that they normally receive, and I'm going to read it because I won't remember this, through a federal commodity credit corporation, which is a USDA program. That program was cut significantly, so they've lost 75% of the food, and they sent out an urgent request for support in the middle of April. So we've aligned with Eat Better, Live Better, and it's a really cool organization that Deborah Tendrick is the founder of. She was elected, by the way, to the Florida House of Representatives in November of 2024. But long before that, she has been making efforts to help members of our community who need it most. So we're collecting boxes of mac and cheese, chickpeas. There's some Jell-O. I put in some hot chocolate this morning. There's all kinds of things you can bring. There is a list. It's posted on our website. You can find it there. I think there's a list behind me on a poster. Is there above my head over here? So you can find information here in the gallery, or you can find it on our website, which is again artsgarage.org. And I hope that you will consider bringing a can from your pantry to your shows when you come. Or if you're shopping downtown, our gallery is open from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock on Tuesdays through Fridays, through Saturdays. So 5 of the 7 days you could stop by even if you weren't coming to a show and drop some items off in these boxes here on our stage just inside the box office door. I feel like crying today for this video. So I believe in community. Probably more than anything. And I believe we need to support each other when the times are difficult and when they're good. And so I hope that we can help eat better, live better, because if we help eat better, live better, it helps Delray. And if it helps Delray Beach, it helps Arts Garage. So I love you. I hope that you are well and that you are not sweating too much yet, because it is getting warmer. Our air conditioning is working very well this summer. Knock on wood again, second time in this video. And I hope I will see you soon for a fundraiser, for a show, or just to give me a hug. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you soon.